So this week on the Modified World, we're going to talk to Kenny Hughes about the 1-year anniversary of AGRO Ann Arbor. So stay tuned. So welcome to the Modified World, the weekly web show about body modification, the people who do it, the people who get it, and why it matters. I'm your host, senior piercer up at the world famous Pangea Piercing and the purveyor of all this video madness over here, JC Potts. And of course this week we're going to be talking to Kenny Hughes about his involvement with AGRO Ann Arbor and what the future holds for all of that.
What's an AGRO? AGRO stands for Anti-Gravity Relaxation Organization. It's a little suspension group started here. It's been a year now. It's actually started off in Houston, Texas, 2004. Founded by Mr. Rick Pearsall. Eventually Rick ended up moving to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he opened up another chapter there. And then a couple years after that, some kids in Springfield, Missouri decided to open up a chapter. And then I moved here from Houston, as y'all know, and that kind of took me away from my suspension people. I was with Core for about 10 years or so, doing shows and all that. That was my life for 10 years. And I worked with AGRO my time in Houston as well. But coming up here, you know, not being away from it for over a year, kind of started getting the itch to do it more. Yeah, it was about a year into me living here that I started it up. I had always constantly, at least like every other week or something, people coming up asking me about doing suspensions, coming to the shop. I asked them where they could go to do it. And it took about a year, spent a bunch of money on gear and whatnot. And everybody was down. So it started off probably like 10 or 15 people that came to the first meet. It's probably pretty similar for every month. I think we had like up to 30 or so people rolling through at once. Every chapter of AGRO does it. It's the first Sunday of every month, and there's 5 of them now. So it's kind of a nice little experience. Get to hang on the same day with everyone else, different parts of the country. It's really, really nice. Yeah. You can change people's lives, you know, doing a piercing, but doing a suspension goes way, way beyond that. One example of this would be our front worker lady counter dude, Katie Wallach. She's expressed to me several times how I have changed her life dramatically by, you know, providing this for her and her brother as well. And she's not the only one. There's tons and tons others, but they just changing people's lives, making it better than what they previously thought, you know, it was. For me personally, body suspensions is very therapeutic, whether I'm suspending myself or I'm helping other people to suspend. It's very, very, very therapeutic. It makes me happier on a daily basis. A lot of work goes into it. Some of it's a lot of stressful work, but at the end of the day, it just makes me feel like a happier person. Makes me feel better about myself. And a suspension. that was a hammock suspension.
Hammock.
Yes, the banana hammock.
That's what we call this episode, banana hammock.
That was actually the first time I've ever rigged a hammock myself, having 2 points. I've been a part of it several times, but actually like doing the shit all myself, it was first time. And it was pretty sweet. It worked out really nice. She had a good time. She's done that suspension before and didn't have quite the experience that she was wanting from it. But she got a fucking blast this time, and I was very, very happy to make that happen for her. As some of you all might know, hanging from the knees is can be a bit iffy. They're definitely one of the more areas that likely to tear. They tear very, very easily, and she's torn on her knees before, but that didn't happen, which I was very, very grateful for. As you can see, she went up by her back and her knees at 2 separate points, and then eventually we cut her down just to her knees, and it was really, really nice. Had good times, and she enjoyed it as well. Got to provide it for her, and I've known Anna since probably 2003, 2004, something like that. She's been into suspensions since, I believe, 2002. Pretty close to the same amount of time that I have. I've known her for a really long time. So I wasn't able to work with her in this aspect while I was in Texas. She's actually in Columbus. Columbus, 3.5 hours away or so. But when I started this up, I let her know about it, and she was totally down to come hang out and be a part of it. All the money that we make for agro goes back into agro gear and, disposable equipment, any traveling we want to do. If y'all have any questions about the suspensions, what I do, if you would like to do so yourself, feel free to leave comments down below. I will answer them, I promise. Be patient with me, but it will get done. So let me know what's up.
So that was our show this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were informed about things, moderately entertained. We give away swag every week to engage subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to, so you don't miss any videos. And of course, leave me comments in the section down below. What do you think? Ask Kenny some questions. If you had any about body suspension, ask him in the section down below. And of course, feel free to hit us up on Facebook, or better yet, Twitter or Tumblr. That's right, people. And be sure to stop by back next week for another episode of The Modified World.